Thank you for joining me for Yoga with Sean D. This 15-minute flow is designed to help you recover from a long or short run, to get grounded, to move into the rest of your day with peace. Find child's pose. Bring your big toes together and spread your knees wide. And as you soften your forehead to the earth, stretch your arms out in front of you. Gently rock your forehead side to side a few times to ground yourself to the earth. Settle in. Inhale in through your nose and out through your mouth as you roll up onto your tabletop, stack shoulders over wrists and hips over your knees. Inhale, and on an exhale, round your spine for cat pose. And then inhale and drop your belly low as you lift your chin and your tail for cow pose. Continue to move like this with your breath for several rounds. Exhaling to round, drawing your belly button to your spine. And inhaling to lift your tail and your chin as you drop your belly towards the earth. When you're ready, tuck your toes under and lift your hips to downward facing dog. In this sequence, I'll hold every pose for about 5 breaths, but you can always pause the video and hold for longer. Be mindful of what your body needs and what suits you today. Gently rock your head side to side. Let go of any strain in your neck and your upper back as you breathe, as you press the floor away from you and as you stretch your heels towards the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch your right leg back behind you on an inhale. And as you exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Come down onto your left knee, untuck your left toes, and bring your hands to the top of your right thigh. You can keep your hands here as you lift your hips, or you can stretch your arms to the sky as you sink deeper, stretching into your hips. And if you'd like, bringing your palms together and dropping your hands behind your head, lifting your elbows towards the sky, and also stretching into your upper back and your triceps. When you're ready to release, float both of your hands back down to the earth. Rock your hips back and begin to straighten into your right leg. Try to scoot your right heel further out in front of you if necessary so you can lengthen yourself out over your right leg rather than sitting your hips back to your heels. Focusing your stretch in the back of your right leg and also on the right side of your back. Breathe in and let it go. On an inhale, lift your chest, and on an exhale, bend your right knee and sink your hips forward. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Tuck your left toes under and scoot your left knee a little bit further back so you can lower your forearms down to the earth for lizard pose. If your forearms don't come to the earth right now, that's okay too. You can keep your hands planted or use a block to bring the floor a little bit closer towards you. Give your head a gentle shake side to side to soften the back of your neck and your upper back. Soften your face. Move your breath. Inhale and exhale. Keeping your right foot where it is and your left hand or forearm where it is. Bring your right hand to the top of your right thigh and twist over your right shoulder. You can keep your hand on your thigh or you can extend your right hand up towards the ceiling. You can bend your back knee and reach your right hand for your left foot. Just to add a quad stretch into the mix. If you don't need it, don't worry about it. If it's not available right now, keep your back leg extended. Roll your top shoulder down and back wherever you are in this twist and take your head back to open into your chest and your upper back even more. When you're ready to release, float both of your hands back to the inside of your right foot. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee and send your right leg back to a three-legged downward facing dog. Bend your right knee and stack your right hip on top of your left, lifting your right knee high to the sky. Continue to press the floor away from you as you draw your chest towards your back thigh and press your right foot over to the side to intensify the stretch even more. Inhale, and on an exhale, draw your right knee to your right elbow. Cross your shin parallel to the top of your mat for pigeon pose. Walk your hands in towards you and start with 5 breaths in an upward facing half pigeon pose. So you can get your left hip rolling forward, squaring off your hips, and slowly allowing your hips and glutes to release. Again, if you'd like to add the quad stretch here, you can bend your back knee and reach your left hand for your left foot. And it's also a nice little stretch for your foot and your shin here as well. When you're ready to release, extend your left leg back, roll all 5 of your toenails down to the earth, and then stretch your arms out in front of you as much as you need to fold into your half pigeon. If at any time you start to feel this in your right knee at all, you can always bring your right heel a little bit closer to your left hip. Or if you need more, sending your right heel further away from you to make your shin parallel to the top of your mat. Breath in and breath out. When you're ready to release, walk your hands back underneath your shoulder. Tuck your back toes under, lift your hips, and step back to downward facing dog. Roll forward into a plank pose on your inhale and lower all the way down to your belly on your exhale. Point your toes back behind you. Stretch your hands back behind you, perhaps clasping your fingers together if that's available, and peel your heart up away from the earth in a cobra pose variation. Slowly release back down on your exhale. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders and press your hips back to your heels for child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Notice difference from right side to left without attaching any judgment or expectation. Preparing to move on to the other side. When you're ready, lift your hips and stretch back to downward facing dog. On an inhale, stretch your left leg back behind you. On an exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Lower down onto your right knee and untuck your right toes. Lift your hands to the top of your left thigh. Lift your hips. Maybe lift your arms. And then sink your hips a little bit deeper until you feel a stretch. If you did so on the other side, or you want to give it a try on this side, but bring your palms together, bend your elbows, drop your head back into your forearms, lift your heart as you press your hips forward. When you're ready to release, float your hands back down to the earth, rock your hips back and curl your left toes back towards your shins. Lengthen your spine on an inhale And as you exhale, fold over your left leg as much as you need to feel a stretch in the back of your left leg, your hamstring, your calf, maybe all the way up the left side of your back body. When you're ready to release, bend your left knee once again, bring your hands to the inside of your left foot, tuck your right toes under, and slide your right knee a little bit further back. Be aware of where your left knee is placed so it's right over your ankle. And then soften your forearms down to the earth, giving your head a gentle shake side to side to loosen and soften the back of your neck, your shoulders, and your upper back. When you're ready for your twist, move your right hand or forearm where it is and bring your left hand to the top of your left thigh. Keep your hand planted on your thigh or extended up towards the ceiling. Stay here or bend your right knee and reach your left hand for your right foot to add a quad stretch to your twist. Roll your top shoulder back and drop your head back to open and broaden across your chest even more. When you're ready to release, float both of your hands back to the earth. Tuck your back toes under and lift your back knee. Stretch your left leg back for a three-legged downward facing dog. Bend your left knee. Stack your left hip on top of your right and lift your left knee high as you press through your left heel like you're trying to touch the wall with your left foot. Inhale, and on an exhale, draw your left knee in towards your left wrist and cross your shin parallel with the top of your mat. Keep your back toes tucked under so you can continue to roll your right hip forward and square off your hip. Stay here for your first 5 breaths or so, allowing your hips to open slowly and organically, and adding that quad stretch by reaching your right hand for your right foot if you'd like. When you're ready, extend your right leg back behind you. Roll all 5 of your right toenails down towards the earth as you fold forward over your left shin. You don't have to fold as deeply as you did on the other side. Finding balance simply by doing and honoring what's right here, right now, on this side. When you're ready to release, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee, and step back to downward facing dog. Roll forward into a plank pose on your inhale. Lower down to your belly on your exhale. Point your toes back behind you as you peel your chest up away from the earth for a cobra pose or upward facing dog. Release back down on your exhale. Press back to downward facing dog. Look forward and step or float through and come all the way down onto your back, taking your knees in with you and hugging your knees into your chest. Take a few breaths to lengthen your spine along your mat. And then stretch your arms out into a T. Cross your right leg over the top of your left and drop your knees over to the left for a supine spinal twist. If this feels okay for your neck and your back, you can turn your gaze over your right shoulder as well, deepening your twist, allowing it to travel all the way up the length of your spine. After 5 breaths or so, when you're ready, plant your left foot and then plant your right foot. Switching sides, cross your left knee over the top of your right and drop your knees to the right as you turn your gaze to the left. When you feel even on both sides, then cross your legs, hug your knees into your chest one final time, rolling your nose up to your knees and hugging yourself into a tiny little ball. Inhale, and as you exhale, stretch your legs and arms long for Shavasana. As you rest here, repeat after me, either silently to yourself or out loud. I am safe. I am grounded. I am centered. I am balanced. I am right where I need to be. I am deeply connected to Mother Earth. I am grateful that I have all that I need. I am worthy of all things wonderful.